Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Okay, I am here to do a video on some little origami fold envelopes that I was asked about. I made this little booklet the other day and had this little envelope in my box and just tossed it in the front. Little gusseted envelope. Very, very easy to make. I have done a video on these before and I will link it below. I used a huge piece of paper to make them before. Today I'm going to make them this size, just out of a book page. These are encyclopedia pages, not particularly large. They're just single pages like so. And as I go through, I will actually make one out of a double page just so that you can see the size difference between the single page one and the double page one. It's interesting. But anyway, first of all, you need to start off with a square piece of paper. I'm using a bone folder here because having crisp creases here is definitely of benefit. So I am just going to tear my paper into a square by making it into a triangle and tearing off the extra bit. And then we are going to make our little envelope. We're going to make it into a sort of kite shape by folding this left hand corner into the middle and folding it straight down that center line there. And we are going to do the same on the other side. And again, we are going to crease these nicely with our bone folder, or the back of our scissors, or the back of our nail, or whatever you happen to be using to put nice crisp creases into your paper. So now we have our little kite shape. We are just going to take the bottom of our kite shape and fold it towards the top. Now, where you fold it to determines the depth of your little envelope. Now, I don't measure anything. Mine always end up slightly different from each other, even though I'm using the same size pieces of paper, because, well, I just fold it where it feels good to me. So sometimes it feels good a little longer, a little shorter. Anyway, we're going to tuck the top of that point into the envelope, and then we are going to pull it all out again. And we're going to get our glue stick, and we are going to glue the that piece back where we folded it. So I'm just going to drag a bit of glue down this point, and then we will fold it back where it was. Tuck it in, and again we'll give it a run over with a bone folder or a card or whatever, just to make sure it's well pressed down. Now we're going to turn it and fold these little sides in towards the edge of that bottom piece that we folded up. I don't want it to overlap, just fold along near it. We'll do that with both sides, and then we'll pull them out again, because yeah, that's what we need to do. Once they're pulled out, we're going to sort of open our envelope out like this and push them inwards using that nice crisp fold that we made, and pushing that in towards the middle of the envelope, basically folding it back on itself. We'll do that with both sides, and we are essentially done. I'm going to run the bone folder up it again just to reinforce those creases, and then just fold the top of the envelope down so it looks like a little envelope, and you're done. It's that simple. Super simple little envelope, nice gusseted envelope, fit a ton of things in it. If you don't want to close it, you could leave it wide open and have things just spilling out of it, as part of a gift. If you made these out of very big pieces of paper, you could use it as gift packaging. But for a journal, you probably want to be able to shut them, but you can fit quite a bit of stuff in them regardless. So I'm going to make a few more. I'm not really going to do anything with these. I just wanted to come and show you how I made them because somebody was curious. So like I say, I have made them before, and I will link the video to that below if you want to see me make them out of different bits of paper. So that was about a year ago. I thought it was time to give everybody a refresher. So tons of people have made these. I'm not pretending that I thought of them myself. I've seen them somewhere before, I'm sure. You've probably seen them a dozen places as well. So, but they're super cute, super versatile, and yeah, can pop in any journal. So I'm going to stop chit-chatting. I'm going to leave you with the music and just let you watch me fold them. If you're not interested in watching me fold 5 more of these, then feel free to tune out, because that is all I plan to do. I will, towards the end, fold one out of a double page just to show you the size difference. They do not end up being twice as big out of a double page, which I found interesting. Yeah, they're quite a bit bigger, so go figure. Anyway, enjoy. Something that might be worth noting is the back of the paper ends up being the outside of your envelope, and of course the front of your paper is then the inside. So just in case you're using patterned paper, or maybe book pages you don't necessarily want to see part of, yeah, that might be a relevant point. So yeah, the back of your paper when you're folding it up is the outside of the envelope. Okay, now we're going to do a double page one just so that you can see the size difference. I'm going to obviously turn it sort of on its side to make the square, else that's not going to work. Yeah, just to get the most out of my piece of paper, really. So it's exactly the same process. I'm just going to make it a square by folding it into a triangle, and then I'm going to fold it up exactly the same way. Of course, you do have that crease that was the join of the pages on the envelope. Nothing you can really do about that. If that really bothers you, don't use a double book page. Use a different kind of big piece of paper. You could do this with just a 12 by 12 paper pad. That would be no issue at all. They're already square. So yeah, anyway, you can see the size difference between these at the end. I'll show you, but that's all I'm going to do on camera, because I figured that's quite enough. So I'll leave you with a couple of photos of the ones that I made. I made a few more. I finished off this little pile of paper here and took a couple of photos for you, so I'll leave you with those, and yeah, check out the other video if you're interested in seeing me fold more. Thanks for spending your time with me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you make some of these. They're super easy. Yeah, some people hear origami and freak out, but these are so simple. So I will see you again next time. Have a great day. Bye.